Hello and welcome to episode number, 18? 18 of the Local Lowdown. My name is Zach Metcalf, and I am joined on the phone by...
Danny Channel, sir.
Alright, yes, it does appear your audio is good. That is perfect. Alright, so, thank you, Danny, very much for calling into the show today. He is in the great state of Florida for hockey, I believe it is. So, thank you very much for taking time out of your busy weekend and to come and join me on this show here this afternoon. Now, as to where we've been for the past month. I have been sick with pneumonia I got pneumonia last week, so that took me out for 3 weeks, and then as for the last couple, we have not been able to coordinate our schedules. We've both been very busy with various things, and we have not been able to come together at a reasonable time for the podcast until right now. All right, Danny, how are you on this lovely afternoon? How's Florida, by the way?
Yeah, Florida has been awesome. The weather is really, it's super refreshing, and I'm super excited to be back with you talking sports, man. Thanks for having me.
Sure. What was the temperature there? What's the temperature over there?
That is a good call. Let me get a live temperature check.
It was like 30 something here this morning.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, it was cold. It was cold. All right.
Florida weather. 75 right now.
Ooh, lucky you. All right. First, after we done with our pleasantries and talking about Florida and how I wish I was there right now. All right. First, we're gonna talk about the Pens and just all things hockey here to start. So the Pens currently sit at, I believe it is 7-7-0 as we begin the year. So by that here. Excuse me, 8-7-0. As they play 8 wins, 7 losses after they lost to the New Jersey Devils by a score of 6. It's either 5-2 or 6-2. I think it was 5-2. With an empty 5-2. Yes, thank you. The Pens coming off of 5 straight wins going into the other night. Just your thoughts on the Pens as we sit here today in mid-November, and your thoughts on the Pens' first month of the season.
Yeah, for sure, Zach. You know, the Penguins are a team that always kind of seems to be takes a while to kind of find their feet and kind of goes up and down in terms of the flow of the season. You know, and that's to be expected over the course of 82 games. You know, a lot can happen with injuries, and sometimes you just got to get in a flow. And when you're not in a flow, things don't go as well. So I would say the first month of the season for the Penguins has been up and down because coming off of that, I think that Ottawa loss when they were going to California, I was like, oh shoot, like this is the kind of time to put up or shut up, if you will, in this early first month of the season. But as you said, Zach, I mean, 5 straight wins after that loss. You know, you know, it was against the California teams. That's always tough. You know, dealing with those time stages and stuff. And yeah, Zach. I mean, I am intrigued to say the least here with what the Penguins have been able to do. I mean, Sidney Crosby came off of a hat trick against Columbus, his 16th in his career, which is kind of crazy. But like, he's still in his late 30s, putting up points as he always does. You know, Erik Karlsson has been a game changer on the power play for the Penguins. You know, his shot, when he gets a good shot, man, there are not a ton of goalies that can stop him. But even the fourth liners, Zach, even the fourth liners have been doing well. Guys like Noel Acciari, you know, just doing their job. You know, skating hard and winning puck battles. I always say, you know, that's what you want to do to make a positive impact. You know, if you're on the fourth line, you know, you're not expected to score a ton, but you always want to battle, you know, and we've been doing that. And Zach, here's my thing, right? Here's what I will say is we've been down this road before, where you know we're coming off of 5 straight wins, and we played the New Jersey Devils tough. You know, it was 2-2 going into the third period, I believe, and they just New Jersey's a good young team, a lot of speed, and we just couldn't keep up there. But we've been down this road before, where we have good stretches. We have to sustain this stretch, Jack, because what I don't want to happen is for us get get too complacent and to feel like we can roll over teams, because this isn't the team to roll over teams every single night. I mean, I know we beat the Sharks 10-2, but that's the San Jose Sharks. Every game's not going to be like that. And the team we have is a team full of battlers. We're not a team that's gonna speed past. We weren't as fast as New Jersey, and that showed last night. And we got a big stretch coming up. I think we got the Hurricanes today, as we're recording this, and the Golden Knights coming up. So I mean, those are two solid teams. We're gonna see what the Penguins are made of. But Jack, being kind of pessimistic, I just don't want the Penguins to peak too early, because I feel like we've seen this movie before.
We have. And one thing I noticed with the the Penguins losing, I believe it was what, five straight, four straight. Um,
Yeah, something like that.
my
Going into
concern,
California, yeah.
yes, my concern at that point was, these points early in the season matter. We lost out on a playoff spot by, I believe it was 1 point last year. So these
Yeah.
points really really matter. You know, there's no, oh, it's still early. Not in the NHL. No, every point matters. Every point matters.
Exactly.
And there's some games where I'm like, remember this loss, because it could be that could be the difference between a playoff spot and not, breaking the streak of the first time I've personally seen the Pens miss the playoffs, and I believe it was 16 straight seasons. That streak was again snapped last year. But I think the Pens, they will be fine. I think they will be just fine. And I think that oh yeah, Danny. Next question. Your thoughts on the influx of young talent, especially on that third and fourth line, with guys like Nola Churi, Vinny Hinostroza, and others.
Yeah, no, for sure, Zach. No, and Zach, you make a tremendous point. Just real quick to touch on that, you make a tremendous point about how every game matters, because that's where teams get in trouble, when they overlook games. You know what I mean? Because every team in the NHL is there for a reason. Their players are there for reasons, because they're pretty dang good. So you make a tremendous point how the Penguins got to keep up that level of consistency. But guys on that third, fourth line, man, they've been producing as of late. And I mean, that was that. If we go back, that's what everybody was talking about. Is okay, we know that Crosby, Malkin, Letang, Carlson, we know those guys are going to produce. We know Rusty and Gensel are going to produce, because they're on those lines. But how is the third and fourth line going to contribute? Because to be hockey is a team game. You need everybody. You need everybody to be successful, right? It's not like basketball, where it's like one guy can score 30 points. Like, that's just not how it is. So I have been pleasantly, I wouldn't say surprised, because I knew these young guys had it in them, but it's hard. The transition to bringing in new guys. It's hard, man, to kind of get. But they've done a nice job as of late, Zach.
Yeah.
And we need them to continue if we want to make a deep run, because all of these teams, that are the teams that go the farthest are the deepest teams, and that's where we lacked the past couple of years. So I'm hopeful that we can kind of sustain, how it's been going with the impact of young players, as you said, man.
Yeah, and I saw just a couple injury updates for the Pens. Alex Nedeljkovic, he did start a rehab assignment with the Penguins, the AHL affiliate of the Pens. I scared myself twice. He's going to come back hopefully soon. As for anything else, I don't think there's any other notable injuries on the Penguin side. So now we will move forward to the Steelers. Now there has been some breaking updates around the league that will turn out to help the Steelers. So, quarterback Joe Burrow out for the year with a torn ligament in his wrist. So now the Steelers will be lining up against these five quarterbacks in order. For the Browns, Dorian Thompson Robinson, Jake Browning, Kyler Murray of Arizona, I believe, either Mac Jones or Bailey Zappi of the Patriots, and Gardner Minshew of the Colts. I believe all of these games are winnable, especially with DTR, Browning, and the Patriots. I don't see any reason why the Steelers cannot get to 12 wins at least. Danny.
Yeah, no, Jack. I mean, dude, you make a tremendous point there, and obviously, you in the spirit of football, right? You really injuries are part of the game, but you really hate to see guys like Joe Burrow go down, and Deshaun Watson too. I mean, he's kind of had a complicated couple of years there, but for the Browns, like that's a huge contract. They thought that Deshaun Watson could be their franchise quarterback, and now he's out for the year.
And that's all guaranteed, am I right?
What's that, Bud?
And that's guaranteed, am I right?
Correct. Yes, a lot of that money is guaranteed, and injuries are obviously they're going to happen. Football is a physical game, but you really hate to see injuries, even when it's not on the team that you root for, just in the spirit of football. But Zach, as a result of those injuries, you make a very good point. The Steelers, after everything that has happened, the Steelers sit at 6-3 somehow, some way. And that is kind of hard to believe in some ways, Zach. Just the fact that we have been outgained every single game, and we still find a way to win. And I think that just talking about the Browns getting caught up on Sunday, just in the fact that DTR is going off of he's had one full week of practice, but that's it. Being a backup is one of the hardest jobs in sports because you have to come in and be ready. And I mean, the Browns are going to do all they can to get him ready, but I'm really looking to guys like T.J. Watt and just Alex Highsmith to just be the dominant forces that they are in this game coming up. And I think we have, the defense has been interesting too because, for as much as the offense has struggled, which they have had their fair share of struggles, the defense has almost, they turned it on in the fourth quarter, but they have not been super solid, especially in the middle of the games. And the defense, they make a ton of plays in the fourth quarter. Who had that? Joey Porter. Porter had that pick at the end of the Green Bay game, and I mean that's sealed the deal. It seemed like everything that I won't want to say went wrong for the Steelers because we found a way, but the Packers somehow, some way almost got to the end zone as they always do. I mean, these games, Zach, always seem to come down to the literal wire. Yep. So my hope is the defense can kind of step up in the middle of the game and really, make it so that we as fans don't have to sweat as much as we've been having to sweat. Because it seems like every game is 23-16, like in Great Day, or 21-17, and I think we have the talent in terms of skill positions to obviously get to, like you were saying, get to 11-6, 12-7, 12-5, 11-6. I think we do have that talent. It's just I wish I was more confident in the fact of skill, but but the offense is still. I mean, that Matt Canada, the switch to the sideline has been helpful. I think there's no because we've been able to score on the opening drive, and for like I mean since the start of the season until that Titans game, we hadn't been able to do that. So that's something so we have to get George Pickens more involved.
Yeah.
I mean he's too good of a talent to just keep just not getting him involved. And I mean, there's been some like reports that he's frustrated, and there was a little thing with the social media that he says was kind of unrelated. But who wouldn't be frustrated if you were in Pickens' position? He wants the ball, and we got to give Kenny again. We got to start attacking the middle of the field more, Zach, because we really haven't done that. So I mean, yes, I think the fact that we're playing against backup quarterback, that should definitely help the defense. But our offense has also got to step up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Kenny. Kenny really hasn't looked. Kenny Pickett, that is, really hasn't looked the best over the past couple of games. I think he'll be fine too. But excuse me, I think that Kenny does need to step it up in the next couple of games. I think that he hasn't thrown over 400 yards in a game, I believe, in his career. Am I correct? I believe I'm correct in that.
Yeah, no, and the offense as a whole hasn't gained 400 yards in since Matt Canada's been.
That's what I.
Yeah, Zach, and I think the biggest thing for Kenny Pickett right now is just again simplifying the game because our local radio hosts have brought up and guys who kind of break down film have brought up that right now it seems like the game's moving too fast for him. So I think our offensive game plan needs to be make easy plays. Mike Tomlin always says make the routine plays routine. That's what we need to do. We don't need to be something that we're not. Don't overcomplicate things. Yeah. I feel like, Zach. I mean, I know it's easier said than done because they're trying to beat NFL defense, but I would just love to see easy slants for Pickett. And then it's like. I think that will just help because then you have to respect the short passing game, and then you can watch then you can kind of take a shot. But I mean, our offense has just been kind of in that hard area of trying to get a bunch of intermediate passes going. It seems like, and then when it doesn't work on first down, we're already in second and long, and then I mean, I just feel like our offense is not done a good job of staying on schedule. Yeah. And obviously that's easy for us to say as fans, and they're probably doing all they can to fix it. I just would love to see easy, make it look easier than what we're doing right now. Because right now, Zach, we're grinding out wins, but it does not look easy. And I know winning an NFL game is not easy. No. Don't get me wrong. It's just let's do what we know how. We know we can win. We've done it 6 times. Yep. Let's look like a team that is competitive because we obviously are somehow, some way.
All right. And one thing I wanted to circle back to the defense. And Danny, we are the highest paid defense we have the highest paid defense in the league, and we cannot figure out how to cover the middle of the field. I don't understand.
You're right, yeah. No, I think the tough part is that our cornerbacks and safeties have not looked the best, and I think sometimes I feel like our defense as a whole, we did this when T.J. Watt was out. We just rely on those edge guys too much to kind of get the quarterback fast. Which they obviously are great at doing, but they can't do it every play. And Patrick Peterson, I love the fact that he's a veteran player. I really do. The fact that he can help Porter Jr. out is huge because I know Joey Porter Jr. is just learning a lot from how he carries himself and Mike Tomlin appreciates that he's kind of the veteran presence on that defense. Same thing with Mika Fitzpatrick, who's hopefully going to be back next week. He's 50-50 Zach, but I would lean towards just I mean we should like you said we should win this game. So I wouldn't want to rush him back. You know what I mean? But I think we just got to do a better job of being on assignment. You know, and again, that's easy to say. That's easy to say, but like Patrick Peterson, I mean, he's just not had a good season as of late, man. And I think that's building on itself because, you know, Levi Wallace too. He early in the season he was doing really well. He had a couple of interceptions, but as of late has not been doing. And here's my thing too, Zach, is offensive or cornerbacks might have one of the toughest positions in football because it literally seems like every play they can call for a penalty. But like we can't like when we have an opportunity to put distance between ourselves and the opponent, we got to take that opportunity. You know, like force a 3-and-out when it matters. You know, when the game's not on the line, but it would be just helpful for us to have a 3-and-out. Like let's make a 3. Because we have the talent, like you said, Zach. I mean, we are the highest paid defense. Like again, you gotta act like that kind of. You know what I mean?
Yep. All right, and finally here, Daniel, your thoughts on let's see, Pitt. Pitt basketball. We got Pitt football going on. They got a win over Boston College that I did not watch a second of because I'm done with Pitt football. Now Pitt basketball, for some reason, they don't put these warm-up games, so-called warm-up games, on TV, and I forgot they were on. I said I was going to watch the last game they played, and it was on ESPN Plus, and I forgot about it. Danny, over to you for your thoughts, and then we will wrap this thing up.
Yeah, man. Zach, as you mentioned, just real quick on Pitt football, like it has not been for our listeners that might not be keeping up with. Pitt football currently stands at 3-7 in week 10. 3-8. I'm sorry. Yeah, 3-8. And it has just not been a season where I've about this. I think there's would say the same thing. It's not like
you sound distant.
A crazy hot take.
There you go.
What were you saying, Jack?
I said you sound distant from your microphone.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we're back on right now. No, it's not. I mean, it's not a crazy, you know, breaking news here. But I was encouraged to see Nick Darnell with Boston College. We got the victory there. And you know, we did have some explosive plays, which was not. I mean, Rodney Hammond had a couple nice runs, and Bub Means had a nice touchdown catch. But I mean, Pitt football, I think we definitely need to figure some things out. I think Coach Moody should not be fired yet, because 2 years ago we made with Pink. And that's something that is significant, right? But I mean, Pitt football, man. Like, you know, you can, you know, you can, you know, not make a bowl and go 5-7 one year and get like that. But if you're sitting at 3-8, but you didn't lose 8 games by accident, and some of these games haven't even been close, you know. And I mean, I know, like, obviously Pitt football is not Notre Dame football, you know, but I just would, like, I wanted to see us kind of just battle more than, I mean, we lost 58-7 against Notre Dame, you know, and here's the thing too, is I know we can, you know, like, we somehow found a way to beat Louisville by 17 points, inexplicably, 38-21, but like, we need to be better going forward in terms of just like winning games we're kind of supposed to. Like, we definitely could have won that Cincinnati game, and we just didn't make plays when it mattered. So I think the biggest thing for Pitt football is just obviously put this year kind of behind it, but like learn, you know, how to close out games and how to kind of just make the plays when it matters, you know. And and our defense. I mean, I think our offense has its struggles there, but I mean our defense. You can't give up 38 points to Virginia Tech. Like that's something you cannot do. They said it on the broadcast. I remember they said that the Pitt's defense was making Virginia Tech quarterback. I think I'm not sure. I think his name was Castellanos. I believe, or that could have. I think that was the.
That was right.
Yeah, that was next. Okay, yeah, okay, there we go. If he's listening right now and I butcher your name, man, I'm sorry, but yeah, you can't give up 38 points to Virginia Tech. I mean, credit to them because they said their offensive coordinator and Pitt's defense combined is making. I think he was a true freshman or a sophomore maybe, if I'm not mistaken. And we were making him look like he was like Cam Newton out there, flying Cam Newton, because he was just running all over us. But I think that's the biggest thing. Is our defense just, I mean, gave up just a lot of points this year. We play Duke. I think it is because we play Thursday, so I think it'll be the 25th of November we play Duke again. So we got one more chance to kind of end this season on a good note. So that's my hope that we can kind of get things, start to figure things out this year and hopefully build for next year. But yeah, Pitt basketball has been really, really fun to watch.
It has.
Also,
a couple minutes that I've watched.
Yes, sir. No, I mean, I think that it took Jeff Baker a while to kind of build the system. I think we'll see what.
And you sound distant again.
What's that?
Keep your phone closer to you.
Oh yeah, I'm letting it drift. I'm sorry, because I'm just thinking about how good Pitt basketball is. But yeah, Pitt basketball has really, really impressed me as of late. I mean, Blake Henson, I'm not sure what he finished with last night against Jacksonville, but he had 21 points midway through the first half. I mean that is a score right there. And Pitt scored in their 4 games. They scored over 100 points twice. I really hope that that level of scoring can continue through ACC play, because obviously the road's going to get harder when we start playing the likes of Duke and Virginia instead of North Carolina, A&T, and Jacksonville. But I've been super encouraged to see how Pitt's done, and even Florida Gulf Coast. That was a competitive game. Down the stretch, Pitt made plays to close out the game. I mean, I've been super impressed with our true freshman Carlington Carrington or Bub Carrington. Like he's been incredible. He's kind of that do-it-all point guard. He scored. He had a triple-double in his first game. That is the last triple-double I believe was in 1998 in the debut. Like that's something significant right there. The Diaz-Graham twins have done a heck of a job, really. They were so good last year, and I was like, man, we'll just wait until they keep getting stronger and keep working. I mean, they were tremendous in the games that I watched, because they have so much. They're tall, but they can also shoot. So we're running 5-out with 2 7-footers. Federico's been awesome, and even guys like Ishmael Leggett have been super. I mean, he came in. I think he's a transfer, and then Zach Austin too is also like those guys. Like we've really found some guys that have been major contributors as of late, and I'm really excited to see how far this thing can go, because people forget. I mean, last year we won 2 games in the NCAA tournament. That is a successful season.
We did.
Like, I'm just hopeful that this season will continue to build, and I think we can get to something similar in the 2023 campaign. Obviously, I'm super intrigued to see how ACC play goes because that's gonna be a test. But I mean, I'm super encouraged to see how Pitt does because of what I've seen so far.
Danny, your final thoughts on just anything, just general sports world as we finish up here on this lovely November afternoon.
For sure. No, I mean, yeah, dude, it has been a long time since we've done a podcast, and I was super excited to get back into it today, and just, I always say November is the best time of year on the sports calendar. So for all our listeners, enjoy the sports here, and happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Appreciate you for having me, Jack, and appreciate everybody for watching and listening.
We will probably have another episode prior to Thanksgiving, so we will hopefully. But if not, I just want
Yeah,
to
there we go.
thank all our listeners for listening and have a happy Thanksgiving to all who celebrate. And thank you, Danny, for taking time out of your busy weekend with hockey there to join me on this podcast here today. Best of luck the rest of the way and safe flight back home as always. Until next time, this has been the 18th edition of the Local Lowdown podcast. On behalf of Danny Walter, I am Zach Bischoff. We will see you next time.
Okay.